Hey there, Jeremy. This is Amy Amond. I'm going to be seeing you this afternoon. I'm going to go over some math notes for you, so please, this should be pretty easy, and today I will give you a copy of the notes as well as the assignments to go along with them, and I think you should be able to finish them fairly easily. The first assignment is really short, and the notes are over unit rate. Okay, so if you have a notebook, please go ahead and write these notes down. So unit rate, and all it is that you're going to write is to find unit rate. You want to know how much for one item, essentially. So if you're looking for unit rate, it's essentially, the question's going to ask you how much is it for just one banana if you're buying 12 bananas. So for example, Mary walked 8 miles in 2 hours. And then the question is, how many miles did she walk per hour? Okay, another way to know if it's a unit problem is the word per. That's a very key word when it comes to that. And so the way you would set this up is that it's asking you miles per hour. So this acts as the division symbol. So essentially miles, 8 miles, 8 per 2 hours. So 8 divided by 2, which we know equals 4. And then to label it, I put miles, MI for short, per, division sign, hour, HR for short. Okay, so that one's simple. I'm going to do another problem. So it's kind of what you'll be doing on your homework for this. And for example, number 1, there are 4 ounces for 88 cents. So that's how much it costs for 4 ounces of whatever this product is. Or 10 ounces for $1.90. So you're trying to figure out what the better deal is on this one. So all you do is take the amount divided by the ounces. So 0.88 divided by 4, or if you set it up with the house, it's 4 divided into 0.88. I bring up my decimal whenever I'm dividing. 4 goes into 8 2 times. That equals 0. 4, bring down my 8. 4 goes into 8 2 times. That equals 0 as well. Okay, so this deal equals 22 cents per ounce. Okay, let's do this deal. This deal is $1.90 for 10 ounces. So I'm looking at how much each ounce costs. So all I do is 10 divided into 190. I bring up my decimal. 10 can't go into 1, so that's 0. 10 can go into 19 one time. So I have 10, and then I have 9 left over. Bring down my 0. 10 can go into 90 9 times. So this unit, or this cost for this amount of product is 19 cents per ounce. So this is the better buy because it's cheaper, right? Okay, so that's unit rate. Okay, now the next set of notes, so go ahead and turn the page, is going to be about proportions. Let's see if I can get my paper here. All right, proportions. And what you need to know about proportions is that it is 2 fractions set up side by side. So proportions, that is what we're going to be talking about next. And all I'm going to do is show you some examples because I feel like you've seen this before. And so essentially you make ratios, so I'll make this little note. make ratios, that's also another word for fractions. Make ratios equivalent. Equivalent meaning equal. Making them equivalent, or in other words, cross, multiply, and divide. And I will show you what that means in an example. Okay, so that's the key thing to know about proportions. So it's two fractions, you're making them equivalent, and in order to do so, you cross multiply and then divide. So, for example, let's say I had 3 red marbles and 5 yellow marbles. But another friend had 20 yellow marbles, and if this was to be the exact same ratio, and I'm trying to figure out how many red. I don't know how many red he has, but I know how many yellows, but they're supposed to be equivalent. So, cross multiply, I get 3 times 20, which is equal to 60. 5 times x, I get 5x. Okay, I solve for x by dividing by 5. I do the opposite of what it's doing. Right now it's multiplying, so I'm going to divide. 5 divided by 5 cancels, x is left over. 5 goes into 60 12 times. Okay, so let's see here. Let's do another one. I'll do an example from your paper. This one is actually marked out, but I'll do this example so you can see it. It says right here, number 6. Jose can read 7 pages of his book in 5 minutes. So 7 pages, 5 minutes. At this rate, how long will it take him to read an entire 75-page book? Okay, so I'm going to set it up like this. 7 pages, so I have pages up here, 5 minutes. Okay, to make this equivalent, to find out how long it's going to take them to read 175 pages, I have to have the same ratio over here. So here's my ratio, pages, minutes. In the problem, it gave me the pages, so I'm going to fill that in, 175. I don't know the minutes, so I'm just going to put x. I cross multiply, 7x equals 5 times 175. 5 times 5 is 25, 35, 37, 5 times 1 is 5, plus 3 is 8, okay? Now I'm going to divide both sides by 7 to get the x by itself. Those cancel out. And if you do that, you should, I'll go ahead and do the math over here. 1, get 1 left over, bring down my 7, 2, 5. Okay, x is equal to 125. All right, so that's proportions. The main thing you have to remember with proportions is that with your ratios, these have to stay the same. So like for example, we did the pages and minutes, pages and minutes.